Hey guys, what is going on out there today? Brent Abel Jr. here with you, along with my cohort, colleague, biz partner, project. Well, I won't call him project manager. I'll call him project facilitator. I don't know, project something.
Facilitator, influencer.
Yeah, that's right.
That seems to be a popular word these days. Influencer.
That's right. Jeff Jacklich. And we are gold ball hunting. And we are going to do, well, we've been doing the daily podcast. This is episode number 166.
Holy smokes.
166 every day.
How is it? How is it possible?
Well, that's a good question. But we are trying to drop a value bomb every day on senior tennis players. Kind of three main groups. Guys who are playing tournaments, want to get through to the next couple rounds. They're sort of winning maybe a round or two, but can't bump into the quarters or maybe get seeded. We want to help you get your name up in red in one of the top 8 seeds in that next tournament. Or league players. You know, we want to help you. If you want to move up the next rating label, we want to help you do that, or just start winning more matches at your current rating label. And then the third group, our favorite, the Brew Crew, the Wednesday night Brew Crew that... man, you just want to be the man. You want to be the woman every Wednesday night. You know, you want the other three, or you want that singles opponent to have to buy you the beer, or the Pinot Chardonnay, or the Pinot Chardonnay. There's not such a thing. The Pinot Grigio. I'm sorry. I'm having myself a morning so far. Anyway. Where am I now? Let's see. That's kind of what we're doing. And
I don't know. I'm just going to sit back here and let you crack yourself up.
Okay. And let me just kind of
go along for the ride.
Did I already mention the free coaching call?
I think you did. Let's move on.
All right, let's move on. All right. So I got something for you today, Jeff. All right. I just put just offered a kind of a big package of instruction for the forehand and backhand slice over the last few days. And, you know, it's interesting to me because every time I do this, I just sort of have this hunch that a lot of players are going to buy this package, or they buy a course, or they go take a lesson from you on the court. And they get the information, but they never really take any action with it. Right? And we talked about this before where I was just a little frustrated because I want to motivate literally 100% of my students to get out there and do something with the information they've bought, or do something with, you know, the information that we're kind of giving here. And, you know, sometimes it makes me I wonder what's the psychology behind people and or tennis players who buy stuff, who buy instruction, who buy information, and consume it, but they don't take action. So I wonder what the number one thing is. Obviously, it's probably unique to everybody, but I mean, at some point, did someone tell them you're never going to amount to anything, or you're never going to be able to do this thing? Or there's some tennis player up on the deck, and you finish your match, and you walk up there, and they go, I remember when I was working with Mr. Stowe, and I'd come back to the BTC and I'd be launching balls all over the club. Right. And there'd be a couple times where guys would come up and kind of go, "Are you really sure you want to be doing this?" And I could have, you know, there could have been a time when I just went, "You're right. I really don't want to be doing this. I just want to go back to what I feel, you know, to my little comfort zone, which is what I'm stuck in." And there's been lots of times, I think, with the tennis thing where I've just sort of had that, I'm too dumb to know when to quit. So, which I think is. But
you know what, you got to have, everybody's got, anybody who's successful at it has a measure of that. You got to deny, you know, kind of the voices in your head, and you got to deny the voices externally that say, you know, why are you doing that? Why, you know, and, you know, because everybody, you know, I think it's just human nature. This is way beyond tennis. I mean, this framework that you're talking about, it's not just tennis. It is the way, you know, us human beings here kind of operate. The minute there's change, we kind of like, we want to crawl back into our Dr. Denton's and, get a hot cup of cocoa and, and kind of like cozy up and go, yeah, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Maybe put the blanket over your head. You're on the couch.
And totally.
You kind of got the remote control, and that's it.
Yeah, put on the onesie, get the hot cocoa, maybe a little Danish, and put on your favorite movie, whatever. So and listen, I'm just as guilty. I'm not some unique never wanted to do that. So I think it's what gets most people is the idea of improving is romantic. There's an allure to it. There's an imagination to it. They imagine themselves, kind of like, wow, that would be so cool if I could hit this backhand, or man, if I really had that shot, if I could really hit that volley like Brent does, if I could, hit that ball like whoever. So the idea itself is very romantic and alluring and tempting and all that. And then at some point you've bought the information, it shows up on your doorstep. It's either a physical book or it's downloaded. It's a video, it's a something. And then reality strikes. Oh crap. I actually have to go out to the court now and implement this.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, I know it in my head, so which means it's automatically physically going to translate. Boy, wouldn't that be the greatest trick in the world to actually have that happen? Well, you can only have that happen if you spend time meditating on what you've learned and actually visualizing it. You can actually make those neural connections. We've talked about that in the past. And then actually go out and do some physical activity, and you're going to be pretty much, you've improved. Without a doubt, it's scientific fact. But most people, they go out and they tinker with it maybe a little bit. And the minute there's a little discomfort, oh, I missed that ball. Oh, I've lost 2 points. I've done this. Everybody crawls back into their shell. And, no one wants to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is that your phone, by the way? Sounds like an alarm. A reminder.
Yeah, not anymore.
I'd like to talk to you, but not really.
Not really.
So I think the reality is that when you buy information or you buy a course, is that when you initially try to take action, one of the great buzz terms out there, is that you are going to suck in the beginning.
Yes.
I do not care what it is, I don't care what it is. You're just going to suck in the beginning, and you have to be able to stomach that and just kind of have that, well, I'm just too dumb to know when to think I should stop sucking and stop. And so I just look, I mean, we can turn this into a really short one today, but I just want to encourage everybody. Look, when you buy some stuff that you've obviously spent some money, I don't know, a little bit of something, as opposed to going to YouTube and looking at, the 980-second video that's trying to show you how to do a windshield wiper, and it's free. It's free, right? So that it's kind of like there's no reason to take action because it's free. But when you
got no skin in the game.
No, but when you buy something, guys, consume it immediately. Don't buy it and put it in the shelf and go, I'll get to it next week.
Right.
Consume it now. If that means just like you said, consume the information and sit back and visualize it for a few days. Stand up and rehearse it at home. Obviously, just shadow swinging or whatever it is.
Right.
But just embrace the reality of the learning curve, which is in the beginning, you're going to suck. And
okay, so here I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to throw this out there. Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. So, big popular thing the last few years has been the water challenge, this challenge, that challenge, right?
Right.
And so here's a challenge. That's just coming off the top of my head, and that is this: whose ever information you've consumed, right? I would say everybody just take a personal account and be accountable to yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to do this one thing for the next 30 days. Pick one item in all the information you've purchased. Pick one thing out that you think is doable. That you think, you know what, I can't spend 30 days on all of it, but I'm going to pick out one item, whatever that one item might be. I'm going to look at so-and-so's thing on improving my toss. I'm going to look at so-and-so's thing on whatever it is. Find one thing and make the time and spend the whatever 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you think you can manage daily, and do it for the next 30 days and see that it's not as painful as you might think.
Well, I think the other thing too, it's like reading a book, right? I mean, the first time you go through a book, you get a certain percentage of what's in the book. The second time you go through, now all of a sudden what you initially got is more cemented, but now God, how did I miss that?
Right.
And then the third time you go through it, you start to pick up some more. So really what you're saying, Jeff, is that this is just the information you've got. If it's, for example, a video, it may be that you don't really quite get it until you've watched this thing for every day for a week. I don't know. But I think that's a good challenge. I think a 30-day is a tangible number that players can look out in the future and go, okay, well, 30 days, I can see the end of that. But you're right. You cannot multitask on this thing. You got to do one thing and leave it at that. And you might get bored with watching the thing a few times. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. That's fine. So, well, good stuff, Jeff. Listen, let's wrap this one up.
Got it.
Because we have one more to record today before I head up to Lake Tahoe with my 3 darling daughters.
Sorry.
I know. North Shore, Lake Tahoe.
Where are you doing some mountain biking?
Oh, a lot of mountain biking, a lot of hiking. We're actually
where are you biking?
Well, not sure on that. We're driving up today. All 3 of us are driving, well, actually, Cassie's going with me. Georgie's going by herself, and Molly's going by herself later. But Georgie and Cass and I are meeting at North Star at noon.
Awesome.
For a little light bite and then a hike. Somewhere.
They've got some great trails there. They got a great system up there. Yeah.
So we're to do that, and then we're staying. We got a house through VRBO at North Shore, Lake Tahoe. We're staying for 3 nights. So
nice.
That'll be fun. Anyway, guys, listen. If I didn't mention in the beginning the free 10-minute private coaching call, I'm going to do it now. So Jeff and I are still offering a 3-way conference call. It's private. It's free. But since it's only 10 minutes, you got to bring that one thing in your game right now. Jeff, just mention that one thing. Huh, okay. And bring that to the call, and let's see if we can't help put you in the path to help you start getting the result that you want in your singles and or doubles game. The way to get it is to go get the call is to go over to goalballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, click the button, and you get immediate access to our online calendar scheduler where you can cherry pick a date and time that is optimal for you.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what do we want the fine folks? And this is in all seriousness. What do we want them to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
Outstanding. Guys, get out there today, wherever it is. North Shore, Lake Tahoe, Bay Area, Pontiac, Michigan, somewhere, and help someone else have a spectacular day. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.